What up, PB Cashewville? It's your boy Cashew, and today we are going to talk about the New York Knicks and the bright future that they have. Hit it. What up, PB Cashewville? It's your boy Cashew, and I hope you liked the last week's episode. I actually did like it. I enjoyed it. You got to see PB's adventure in Japan. It was pretty cool. It was pretty sick. I loved it a lot. I thought it was pretty cool. And we're back to our usual schedule, talk about different things. And today, we're talking about the New York Knicks. I got a new shirt. I bought this. It's basically the 2023 and 2024 roster of the New York Knicks. And if you guys know, they got bounced. They lost in the second round. But I'm not upset about it. And let me explain a couple of reasons why I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it because we went 7 games against an Indiana Pacer that is, in my opinion, was actually better, healthier than the Knicks. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you how I felt about the playoff series and with the Pacers. I think, and this is me being honest, the Pacers had a fluke run. They faced a Bucks team that didn't have Giannis and Dame, and then they faced a Knicks team that wasn't fully healthy, that Julius Randle wasn't there. Mitch Robinson got hurt. OG Anunoby got hurt in Game 2. Josh Hart wasn't fully healthy after Game 6. And then Jalen Brunson in Game 7, fractured his hand. And Bogey got hurt during the Philadelphia series. And that's just me being honest. I think, in my opinion, that the Indiana Pacers had a fluke run. And I also believe that I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of the Knicks because through all the adversity that we're going through, with the injuries, with no Julius Randle, no Mitchell Robinson, no Bogey, no OG, they still fought. They fought they fought with their heart. And you can't be upset about that. If you're a Knicks fan, you got to be happy. You got to say, you know what? The future is bright. Now let's talk about the future a little bit. It's a little bit, you're probably wondering, what would you like? I would love to run this team back. Will it be possible? Yes. But there is a couple of scenarios here. So the first scenario is OG and Isaiah Hartenstein are both free agents. Now the Knicks can only offer Isaiah Hartenstein 4 years of $80 million, I believe, for his contract. It seems like he wants to get $100 million, which I don't blame him, because Isaiah Hartenstein, I'm going to say this, he deserves the bag. He played phenomenal in the playoffs. He played phenomenal the whole regular season for us. And I wouldn't be upset. It will hurt that he's gone, but I wouldn't be upset if he leaves to get a bag and to go somewhere where he knows he can get the money because he deserves it. Because Mitchell Robinson got hurt during the regular season. He was gone 50 games, and Isaiah Hartenstein stepped up, and he did phenomenal. Now let's talk about OG. OG's another one that the Knicks could give him a contract. And if I wasn't mistaken, he was looking for like $104 million. But I also saw a couple months ago, like when we got him, he was willing to maybe go a little bit down with the Knicks. I'm not 100% sure if that's true. But those are the 2 main people that we had to figure out if we want. I would love to get Isaiah Hartenstein back, and I would love to get OG back. I would love to run this squad back. I would love to go back with these guys because I fully believe, and this is me being honest, I fully believe a fully healthy Knicks squad. And I'm going to say this, and I hope my Boston friend, I'm going to call him out, my Boston friend, I hope he hears this episode and hear me say it. I believe the fully healthy Knicks would have beat the Celtics and would have made it to the finals. And I also do believe that the healthy Knicks could have won a championship. That's how confident I am with this team. They lost Julius Randle, who averaged 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. You add OG, who's your best defender, who wasn't there. He also averages 15 points per game, probably give you 7 rebounds. Mitch Robinson, who's your best offensive rebounder, you're missing him. Bogey, who's probably your best bench player, averaging around 15 points per game coming off the bench. I really believe that this Knicks squad, fully healthy, could have made it far. But, we got hurt, we got injured. And you know what? I'm going to say this. Jalen Brunson, recently in his roommate's podcast, he did mention how he doesn't like that narrative. And I understand, and, I love Brunson. I get that. I understand that we don't like excuses. He doesn't like making excuses. But it's a legit reason. It's a legit reason of why us Knicks fans, and actually in general other fans, actually say, the reason why the Pacers made it to the Eastern Conference Finals was because the Bucks got hurt and the Knicks weren't fully healthy, which is crazy. And then what happened? Pacers got swept by the Celtics. I honestly believe that series with the Celtics and Knicks, if that would have happened, we probably, probably could have won. We probably could have. But in reality, if you want to be honest with you, since we were hurt and injured, we probably would have, it would have been too much on us. So, but I do believe a fully healthy Knicks squad can have made it to the finals. And I really do hope we could run it back. And if we can't run it back, I hope we get good assets that can help us go back to that. Because I don't care what anybody tell me. Jalen Brunson, if you give him a fully healthy squad with Julius Randle, they're great. Jalen Brunson is a 1A star. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care. Anybody can say, oh, he's not a 1A. He is a 1A player. I'm sorry to tell you that. Candace and Becky, he's a 1A player. He is a great player. He showed you in this finals that he can lead a team. No matter how many people are hurt, he led this team. And he just played phenomenal. And it's great, I'm just hoping, like I said, I do hope we do extend Brunson. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Jalen Brunson, I think it's Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are also can talk about a contract extension. And I was reading recently that if Jalen Brunson waits to next year, he could get the max of $270 million. But there's rumors saying that Brunson will probably do extension before that, and he's going to take less money, which I'm like, and let me tell you something. Julius Randle did that the 2021 year, I think it was, or the 2022 year. He did that too, where Randle could have got a super contract or max contract, but he decided to go less with that. So and I'm hoping that if Brunson do that, that would be great because now the Knicks have more flexibility to get more people if they want. But like I said, I'm really excited for this Knicks squad. I'm really excited for the future. I think the future is bright. We got great guys. We got Josh Hart, who's a great player who plays phenomenal. Dante DiVincenzo, which a lot of people are like, oh, why did we sign Dante? Well, you saw in the playoffs why we signed Dante, why we got Dante. Even though, hopefully, even though he was inconsistent sometimes, at the end of the day, he did do a lot of things for us that were great. Like, for example, his defense sometimes was pretty good. When he got going, he was hot. He couldn't miss. He was great. And I think Dante being our team, that was a great acquisition. Jalen Brunson, same thing. And honestly, we're going to say this. A lot of people are like, oh, well, maybe we should trade Julius Randle. If you trade Julius Randle, if the Knicks decide to trade Julius Randle, they're not being smart. Because let me explain. I want to talk a little bit about this. A lot of people are like, oh, well, if Julius Randle was there, it would have been worse. No. If you watch basketball, and if you understand basketball, and if you understand what Julius Randle does for this team, then you would not say that. Let me explain this to you. Julius Randle, if every time when Brunson and Randle were together, everyone would double Randle, and they wouldn't really double or triple team Brunson. Randle would take the double team and the triple team. Randle was your playmaker. Randle will be the guy that will set Dante DiVincenzo to give him a good screen, set him to get a good shot off. Same thing with Miles McBride. He would have done that for Miles McBride. He probably would have done that for Bogey. Randle is the one that the defense go after. He literally breaks down the defense. If Randle was there and if Jalen Brunson was there, Jalen Brunson would have played a lot more better because Randle's helping him out. I don't care what anybody tells me. You might say, oh, well, Randle turns the ball over too much. Randle does this. Yeah, but he's also a playmaker. He does playmake for them. He does set the guys up. He also rebounds. He rebounds a lot too. He's a strong dude. So having, a lot of people saying, oh, well, Randle being there wouldn't be good. What are we talking about? Dude literally averages 25, 10, and 5. And let's be honest here, that was before he got hurt. If he would have kept playing and never got hurt, he probably would have averaged around the same as Brunson, 28. What were we talking about? When Brunson, Randall, and OG were playing in January, they went 9-2. They were killing it. They were beating teams like the Timberwolves. They were beating teams like the Nuggets in the regular season. And their defense and offensive rating, if I wasn't mistaken, was number 1 at that time until Randall and OG got hurt. So, logically speaking, they would have probably played phenomenal. If OG, Randall, Brunson, if that whole Knicks squad was, I'm telling you, that whole Knicks squad was fully healthy, we probably made it to the finals. That's just me honest. I believe we would have made it to the finals. Would it be a tough series against the Celtics? Yes. I was talking to one of my other friends who was Celtics fan. I said, if we were a fully healthy Knicks squad, I feel like that game would have, like the Celtics for the Knicks would have gone to Game 7. I believe that. But we wouldn't know because we were hurt, we were injured. But like I said, I'm not upset about it. I'm really proud of this team because they didn't quit. They could have put in the towel. They could have said, you know what, forget it. We're not going to. No, they fought all the time, no matter what. When it was against the Sixers, they fought. When it was with the Pacers, they fought. And they fought. And you can't be upset with them because injuries happen. And that's what happened with us. The injuries happen. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the Knicks' future and say, their future is bright. They have a squad. They have a leader. They have 2 leaders that take accountability for each other. They have one leader who was hurt, who was really trying to come back, but he couldn't. And then another leader who takes accountability if he's playing bad and says, no, we can't make excuses. We lost because we lost. And that's something that we need. And the culture is great. Another thing I forgot to mention is Thibs. Now, a lot of people don't like Thibs. A lot of people say, oh, you know what, his minutes and all that. Let me just say something. It wasn't Thibs' fault that Randall got hurt. It wasn't Thibs' fault that Mitchell Robinson got hurt. It wasn't Thibs' fault that Bogey got hurt. It wasn't Thibs' fault for OG. You might say, well, what about Josh Hart? You could probably say that is, but if you also think about it, Nembhard pushed Josh Hart. He pushed Josh Hart in a weird way, and that's what helped him. Brunson, same thing. You can't say anything about Brunson. It was just a fractured hand. So me personally, I honestly gotta say this, you guys can talk about Thibs and talk about his minutes and he's saying the guy's tired. That's not what it was. It's just injuries happen. You never know what's going to happen. And like I said, let's talk about Mitchell Robinson. He got hurt because of Thibs. He got hurt because of Joel Embiid. Julius Randle got hurt because of Thibs. He got hurt because of Hambe. Bojan Bogdanovic didn't get hurt because of Thibs. He got hurt because of Batum. OG didn't get hurt because of Thibs. What happened was when OG was going for a layup, he kind of jumped awkwardly and he got hurt. So at the end of the day, people might say, oh, well, Thibs, he has to be accountable. No, I don't think so. I think Thibs had limited resources and he had to do what he had to do. That's all I got to say. And he also has a contract extension. Now, people might think I'm crazy to say this, but you know what? And, I was a Thibs fan at first and then I stopped being a Thibs fan. But I think he deserves it. I really do think he deserves an extension. I do think he deserves to be the coach of the Knicks because he did something that not that many coaches can do. Not 1, not 2, 3 to 4 guys who are in your main roster, like your big piece in the main starters, were hurt. And he literally took that Knicks squad and had them win 50 games. That is not easy to do. Most coaches and most teams, when they have too many people hurt, they fumble and they fall for pressure and they go out. They were the 2nd seed. Think about that. The 2nd seed. And they won 50 games. Thibs deserves more credit than what he gets. I'm not going to lie. He does deserve more credit. And I do hate the fact that there's a lot of these so-called sports analysts that are talking about him and saying bad things about him when in reality it's not. And then the guys that play with him, like the guys that are with him, like Brunson and Josh Hart, they're saying, no, Thibs is a great coach. Thibs is really good. And like I said, I was not a Thibs guy. I was a Thibs guy at first. Then I kind of got annoyed with Thibs because of a couple of reasons with Obi Toppin and stuff. But now I'm becoming a Thibs guy again because I'm starting to realize this too, and this is me being honest. Most of the players that we let go, like Cam Reddish, for example, are not succeeding. The only ones I can say that are doing really well is Obi Toppin. He played phenomenal with that Pacers series against us. Emmanuel Quickly and RJ. But other than that, like every other players that we gave away, they haven't been doing good. Quentin Grimes, he's been hurt, but he hasn't been doing good. Miles McBride, finally got his shot. And look, Miles McBride has been playing phenomenal for us. He's took the big leap. And that's all because of Thibs, if I want to be honest with you. I think Thibs is the one Dibs is a person that is. We might say he doesn't develop his players, but I don't believe that, man. I really do believe that Dibs, if he sees something in you, he's gonna get it out of you. That's just how I see it. But yeah, if you're a Knicks fan, tell me how you feel about the Knicks. Tell me what you felt about the playoffs. Tell me, do you think our future is bright? Do you think we should run it back? Or do you think we should get another star player or try to get another player that can help Randall and Brunson? Me personally, and this is me being honest, I would love to run it back with this squad to see how we can do in the playoffs. Everybody fully healthy, but tell me in the comments what you think. And like I said, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm excited for next year. I'm excited for the next season. I forgot to mention this. I'm going to say this now. So I love talking about sports. I love talking about video games, and I love talking about all these type of things. I love doing this. So I decided sometime in October. I'm saying it right now. Sometime in October, I am making a new podcast. It's going to be called Matt DJ Sports Talk. And it's going to be talking about sports, whether it's basketball in the Knicks, Yankees, hockey. I'll learn more about hockey. So, it's going to be a sports talk talking about, sports and stuff. And what I'm going to do with PB and Cashew is I'm going to take it more into aspects of talking about video games and movies and doing all that stuff. I just want to let you guys know that. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. I'm just letting you know now so you can know that I am making another podcast, but I'm still going to be doing PB and Cashew. I'm excited to see what happens. And I'm also going to try to do a lot more better with the quality of video and stuff like that. But like we always say before we end the show, we don't know you, but we love you, and there's a God above that does. Hold up. Let me re-say that because I messed that up. I messed it up badly, and I apologize for that. Like we always say when we end the show, we don't know you, but we love you, and there's a God above that does too. I'm Cashew. Peace out, PB Cashewville.